Hello everyone. Welcome to the channel Life Coach Anmay. On this channel, we explore ideas that can help us live with greater meaning, happiness, and satisfaction. Self-growth and practical wisdom are key parts of that journey. Self-growth helps us understand ourselves better, and practical wisdom helps us navigate life more effectively. Together, they help us live with greater satisfaction and fulfillment. In our recent videos, we focused on self-growth through self-awareness. Today, we'll take the next step and explore the concept of metacognition. As always, we have Anmay with us. Hi Anmay.
Hi Aditi.
In our previous discussion, you explained why self-awareness is so important. But if self-awareness is already such a powerful skill, why do we need to go beyond it and explore metacognition?
Self-awareness is important, but awareness alone doesn't create change. Knowing why you do something doesn't necessarily mean you'll stop doing it. For example, I may know that I have a habit of overthinking, yet even after becoming aware of that habit, I can still find myself repeating it.
Okay, in that case, can you explain what metacognition actually is in very simple terms?
It is your brain's ability to step back, monitor what it is currently doing, and regulate how you respond.
Hold on. Can you put that in simple terms?
Alright, in simple terms, metacognition is your brain installing security cameras to monitor itself and then acting accordingly.
Wait a second, Anmay. If the cameras are only watching what's happening in my mind, aren't they just creating self-awareness?
Aditi, there's a key distinction. The cameras create awareness. Metacognition begins when you use that awareness to consciously decide how to act.
I think I understand the concept now, but I'm still not completely clear. How exactly is metacognition different from self-awareness?
Think of it this way, Aditi. Self-awareness is knowing what you're thinking or feeling. Metacognition is deciding how to respond to those thoughts and feelings.
That makes sense, Anmay. But if self-awareness helps us understand ourselves, what does metacognition enable us to do that self-awareness alone cannot?
Self-awareness helps us notice what's happening in our mind. Metacognition takes it a step further by creating a space between awareness and reaction, allowing us to choose how we respond.
Okay, I understand the difference now. But why is metacognition so important? How does it make a difference in our everyday lives?
The thing is, Aditi, the quality of our life depends on the quality of our thoughts. If we can learn to observe and regulate our thinking, we can directly improve our quality of life, which in turn positively influences our day-to-day lives.
So, Anmay, what are some of the practical benefits of developing metacognition in our daily lives?
The greatest advantage of metacognition is the psychological space it creates between awareness and action. It is within that space that many of its benefits begin to emerge. We can monitor our thinking, regulate our emotions, focus our attention, ask better questions, and ultimately make wiser decisions.
That's really interesting, Anmay. Could you explain in more detail how the psychological space created by metacognition leads to these benefits?
One of the biggest benefits of metacognition is its positive impact on our mental health. When we're caught up in worry or overthinking, our thoughts often feel automatic and overwhelming. Metacognition allows us to step back, observe those thoughts more objectively, and recognize that they're simply thoughts, not necessarily facts. That psychological distance helps us break cycles of worry and overthinking instead of becoming trapped inside them. Another important benefit is emotional regulation. Our emotions often trigger automatic reactions before we even realize what's happening. Metacognition creates a psychological space that allows us to step back and observe what we're feeling. Instead of reacting automatically to emotions like anger, fear, or stress, we can respond more consciously and thoughtfully. Metacognition also improves our focus and productivity. Our attention is constantly pulled in different directions by distractions, habits, and immediate impulses. Metacognition helps us become aware of where our attention is going and gives us the ability to consciously redirect it towards what truly matters. As a result, we spend less time reacting to distractions and more time working toward our important goals. Metacognition also makes learning more effective. Instead of learning passively, we become active participants in the learning process. We begin by planning how we'll approach a task, monitoring our understanding as we learn, and evaluating our progress along the way. This helps us identify what we know, what we don't know, and where we need to improve. Finally, metacognition can significantly improve our decision-making. Many of our decisions are influenced by emotions, assumptions, and cognitive biases without us even realizing it. Metacognition helps us step back and examine our thinking more critically. It encourages us to question our assumptions, recognize our biases, and evaluate the evidence before making a decision. As a result, our choices become more thoughtful, objective, and well-informed rather than being driven by emotions alone.
That's fascinating, Anmay. Looking at all these benefits, it seems that metacognition is something we can develop. So, is metacognition a skill?
Yes, metacognition is absolutely a skill. In fact, it's a highly trainable skill. While your baseline IQ may remain relatively fixed, your metacognitive abilities can continue to improve throughout your life. Like any other skill, the more you practice it, the stronger it becomes.
That sounds useful, but how do we improve it?
The core skill behind metacognition is something psychologists call cognitive distancing. It's the ability to observe your thoughts objectively instead of becoming absorbed in them. Like any cognitive skill, cognitive distancing develops through practice. Each time you become aware of a thought, take a moment to step back and simply observe it objectively instead of reacting to it immediately. Another effective way to develop this skill is through mindfulness practice. As Dr. John Kabat-Zinn describes it, mindfulness is paying attention on purpose, in the present moment, and non-judgmentally. The more you practice observing your thoughts without immediately reacting to them, the stronger your cognitive distancing becomes.
Thank you, Anmay. That was a really insightful discussion.
Thank you, Aditi.
I'm sure our viewers now have a much clearer understanding of what metacognition is, why it matters, and how they can begin developing it. If you enjoyed this discussion and would like to see more conversations like this, please support the channel by liking this video, sharing it with others, and subscribing to Life Coach Anmay. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next discussion.